Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we'll take a look at how to keep your kids safe on the roads with car seats. And a Kentucky county was approved more land to be build-ready site.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We're coming up on 5 a.m. on Friday, February 9th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Check everything outside our WYMT studios early on a Saturday morning. Thinking ahead on the forecast. Friday morning, it's this time tomorrow morning, Saturday, obviously, that we end up dealing with perhaps some heavier bursts of rain and some thunder, so keep that in mind for tomorrow. In fact, that's highlighted in the headlines as we rock and roll through your Friday. Some rounds of rain, yes, through the weekend, highlighting the heavier bursts of rain and some thunder earlier on Saturday, and then the cooler stuff comes in heading for next weekend. Some of our stations not reporting earlier this morning, but again, it's 50 as of last check at Jackson. The pinpoint Doppler radar showing a scattering of showers across the region. And this is pretty much the trend we're going to see now over the next couple of hours. Boundary sinking southeastward, not going to quite make it. And we'll be looking back toward Memphis and as well the rest of Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Texas, because the moisture will be tracking up from the north or from the south and west as we head through the day today into tonight. Planner, as we head through the day forward today, mostly cloudy, becomes a bit breezy as we head through the afternoon. We'll continue to see the on and off shower threat with a high and hazard up to 62. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in just a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. Thursday in Blount County, Tennessee, an officer was killed and another was injured while the suspect is still on the run. Deputy Greg McCowan was killed in the shooting. Officials say the two deputies were shot during a traffic stop. The other deputy was shot in the leg but managed to fire back. Following the shooting, a Tennessee Blue Alert was issued by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for 42-year-old Kenneth DeHart. Officials went on to say DeHart is driving a silver Lexus and his last known location was the Wildwood area. The Blount County Sheriff's Office has issued warrants for DeHart, which include first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and possession of a firearm. Community members in London had the opportunity to get a free car seat safety inspection. WYMT's Jack Demler has more from the London Fire Department on how to keep your kids safe on the road.
Jack Parton says he has seen many children hurt due to the misuse of car seats.
And I've seen too many children in accidents that was not properly restrained in a car seat. So we started a program at my department I work for, and then I became an instructor, and we go throughout the state.
Parton says he's focused on helping educate others on making sure car seats are properly installed.
We want to make sure that we can train these other firefighters, other police officers, and healthcare workers to know how to do it right, and we can educate the public a little better.
London Fire Department Captain Brandon Wagers says it's important to get the correct information about properly installing car seats to the public.
We've seen that car seats can be installed incorrectly or not the correct seat for children. So we wanted to make sure we provide that education to the out in the community and make sure the right seat, how it's installed, and make sure that that seat is still in date and not expired for their community members as well.
Parton says one of the most common problems is the car seat is too loose and urges caretakers to follow the car seat instructions, making sure children of all ages are safe in their seat. In London, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
Parton also suggests if you have questions on how to properly install a car seat, reach out to local fire departments and ask certified child passenger safety technicians. We have two school closings to pass along. Officials with Floyd County Schools say there will be no school today. According to a social media post by district officials, the day will be added to the calendar at the end of the school year. Martin County Schools is also closed. Martin County officials say the district will have an NTI day, but staff will not report. The search continues for Kentucky's next education commissioner. 5 people have applied for the job. Dr. Jason Glass left the position last year after political pushback. The board is weighing input from lawmakers, educators, and families. The deadline for candidates to apply is next Friday. Some property in Jackson County is now a build-ready site approved by state officials. The property sits at the industrial park in Jackson County. Officials say it has more than 17 acres qualifying for 140,000 square foot building pad. Judge Executive Shane Gabbard says state officials have been helpful in getting the site approved.
We have worked closely with the Cabinet of Economic Development and with Governor Beshears and Advisor Atkins, Rocky Atkins as well. Actually, Mr. Atkins sat in a meeting with myself and the leaders of economic development on this piece of property.
Gabbard says they do not have a company ready to build on the property, but he says the certification makes it more attractive for site selectors. One county is getting a financial boost to help with its search for more than 1,500 acres of land. Governor Andy Beshear announced Thursday morning that Knox County received approval for a $250,000 grant to conduct due diligence as county leaders look to build a new industrial park. In addition to the grant, the Knox County Fiscal Court is expected to contribute an additional $6,800 to the project. Several local leaders shared their reaction to the grant announcement. Knox County Judge Executive Mike Mitchell says the industrial park will have a, quote, generational impact on Knox and surrounding counties. Executive Director of the Southern Kentucky Economic Development Agency, Bruce Carpenter, said an additional industrial park is needed to recruit new industry and bring good-paying jobs to the community. The University of Pikeville is preparing for its next venture, bringing a research facility to the city. The Sachdeva Research and Entrepreneurship Incubator will create a space off campus for medical projects, small business incubation, and environmental research, bringing in outside resources and partners to prepare students for their future. The facility will include a greenhouse, research facilities, and more.
We will have an opportunity for students to do internships, to work with companies that they otherwise wouldn't be able to. Like I said, to explore business opportunities that exist, to think about entrepreneurship on their own.
The facility will be located across from Fazoli's on South Mayo Trail in Pikeville. And thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, whether it's wings or guac and chips, the Super Bowl is as much about the snacks as it is about the game.
Did somebody say wings? Not for breakfast though, right? The pinpoint Doppler radar showing some showers across eastern and southern Kentucky as we rock and roll into your Friday. Yes, indeed. It looks like somewhat of an unsettled pattern heading through this weekend. When does the cool air arrive? We'll let you know. Your first alert 7-day forecast is coming up in just a few moments.